Okay,
Well,
guys.
at least you're holding this on the dragon, not like fucking Tony.
All right.
Well, that's supposed to be what I'm uptaking. I mean, this is the place for freedom. That's the whole point of this.
Ooh.
So,
How's it going, Kansas?
oh, it's going. I got to thinking the other night. You know what? Everything we're fighting for the wrong reasons. We're fighting for civil war when we should be fighting for a holy war.
Hmm.
Think about it. Holy, or everything that is moral and Bible to us is at risk right now.
Well, unfortunately, you got a lot of people who want that civil war in the same boat as we are, and like a lot of the same things, but they don't believe in God, so therefore they totally wouldn't be up for that.
Yeah, I know. And that's just the thing. I mean, where are we at with that? Where are we going? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, brother, anymore. Where do we go now? Where do we go?
Where do we go? Exactly. Where do we go now? Where do we go?
I'm gonna turn the dragon into my own personal eBay store. Anybody want a
I'm sure
box of
you
Lot
do.
19 mag pouch?
Hey, at least
got
Tony was
big
giving
old
shit
pistol
back.
grips.
Yeah.
Hey, nice mag you got there, Sting.
Yeah, thanks. You like it? Don't you wish you could paint something like that?
Oh.
Right?
Oh,
Paint a
hi
giant
there,
red
Rebel.
star
Did
on
you
it.
decide to join us today?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to have you on. My
So, let's
DT
get rid of
hour.
my contractual obligation. We're live. Good. So
We're live.
this magazine, this Green Dragon broadcast is brought to you by Rebel Solutions, who paints mags for $35 a piece, or actually check the pricing. He's changing. But they are beautiful custom mags, as you can see in this Pistoli. All right. They are a beautiful custom mag, and while I'm at it, I'm going to shout out Krebs Custom.
And while he's doing all his shout outs, I'll add in my shout out for Rebel. Because he's the one that made this nice Punisher.
Now our contractual obligations are done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got 30 minutes of free chatting.
Okay.
This half hour was sponsored by Rebel Solutions.
And don't forget, he's a damn good guy. He bleeds AK-47. Yes. The man will make you hurt if you ever piss him off. At least if his wife don't make you hurt first.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say if his wife said it was okay.
Yeah.
That too.
That too. Let's see. More Rebel Solutions. Okay.
All done with our obligations.
Yep. Now then, one more obligation for me. For the beautiful
Gun check.
gun check. And of course, Rebel is missing.
Well, which one do you want to see? See, now that I've shouted out Rev, I can shout out.
Ah, there he goes.
Krebs again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Love it.
He's got his new
Krebs
toy. And
Yeah, I don't
Rebs.
think that would work on an underfolder because the notch would get, or the, hinge would get in the way.
No, it will work on an underfolder.
You think so?
Yes, it will. What? Yeah, there's. That's fine. Yeah, it
now
will.
that we
Oh
spent
no,
the
not
first
with, no. You're
15
right.
minutes.
Maybe not. So it'll fit on a Romanian, just not one of those.
Yeah,
Some have underfolders that are back farther. So you're right.
Oh.
But Krebs makes one for it. That
yeah.
yeah. Just mine wouldn't. The lefty one wouldn't work on it.
Right.
Wow. So now all the better reason not to have a underfolder. A regular one would work though. The one that Breeze has already called. But this one would work because the tab's low enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't Breeze at work?
Yeah, Fabrizio's at work.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't expecting him in tonight. I wonder if Miss Political Port's out there now. Huh.
Oh, I tightened it up for you.
So, boys and girls, what are we going to talk about today? I was thinking we could compare a holy war to a civil war. Because we're actually, if you look, worldwide, Christians are in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you have a Muslim commander-in-chief.
This is true. But so Christians are in trouble. We're all being persecuted, left and right, and so we're being biblically taken over. Now, see, that's sort of interesting because it's sort of like I swear sometimes they say you get these ideas in your head, and I was thinking the other night, here we are, all of us, we sit around talking about a daily, our what we would do if they continue to push. And then I start thinking about the worldwide. Now, if you go by Bible, by worldwide, we're in what you would call a more of a holy war than a civil war. Because everybody across every nation is right now at war. UK, they're being taken over by the Muslim situation, Sharia law. You got
France has been taken over.
France. You got Greece. You got they're all. It's all a bunch of and who installed all the instability? United States. And it's like an assault on Christianity.
The military-industrial complex, moreover.
Yeah. And the thing is, they're now taking away from the military complex as far as everybody that's in the normal army is being pretty much crapped upon. So it's like I just don't see it all. It's I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I mean, what's your guys' thought on it?
Well, I mean, spreading democracy around the world supposedly was never, the founding fathers warned about foreign entanglement. So
yeah,
it's just like everything else. It's completely out of the scope of what we are supposed to do.
Well,
And-
can you say Halliburton made $39 billion in the Iraq War?
Right.
Can
Right.
you say they don't give a fuck?
War is very profitable. Very.
Yeah, did you see how much they were going to make on this one? Just in the start of it? And about those boats they already bought. They bought the boats and they haven't even given them the boats yet, but now they're not needed. Come on.
Well, I just saw a thing yesterday that now they're admitting that they're staging 1,000 Marines out at sea. So it went from 300 special forces going into Iraq to now they got 1,000 Marines on standby. And if they don't plan on really having boots on the ground, you know, I mean, the Air Force could handle the majority of whatever they need to, you know, accomplish or.
Yeah, it's not like any of them are moving in any kind of secret fashion. It's open desert. You don't really hide when you're moving. How
This is
easy would it
true.
be for an airstrike?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's crazy. And then how'd they get? I mean, just look at ISIS. I mean, think about what they are. I mean, you figure they got all our nice fancy guns, fully are equipped. Now tell me how that's built. Does that? If it wasn't set up.
Well, because ISIS is our ally in Syria and our enemy in Iraq. That's just how, you know, the nature of the beast.
Yeah. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
just
our
how
government's
ridiculous that shit is. They're our friend in one country and our enemy in the other, and we're supplying them in one country, but they're not noticing borders. They want the whole fucking world. They don't give a shit what we say about, oh, well, they're our friend in Syria and our enemy in Iraq. They don't give a shit. They want a caliphate. They want something that's worldwide, right? They want the rise of the Muslim empire, right? They want Saladin back in, you know?
Yep. And we're sitting here and we're letting it happen.
Well, you know, it's only going to go so far. I mean, and then Christians are going to rise up, and then there's going to be a new, you know, crusade. And of course, in this country, that's one of the things they're afraid of because there's so many armed Christians here, right, compared to the rest of the world. You know, and if you remember what happened in Serbia, right, when the Yugoslavia broke up and the Christians went all, you know, holy war on them, they fucking slaughtered Muslims by the thousands. And, you know, it's going to get ugly.
It is. And see, that's another thing that's got me concerned is where's this line at? Because you know Obama's taking all these kids and putting them in that FEMA group that teaches kids how to fight and fight for them. And I think that's totally wrong, but it's what they're doing, you know? And you see it happening. Yeah. So how do we combat that?
There's no way to combat that. It only is going to get worse. What are you going to do? Vote? Well, that's if you believe in the voting process. If you don't believe in the voting process, then there's only one other ballot box that you got to go to. There's only one other way to change anything, because if you don't believe that voting will change it, then there's no way to change it.
True enough.
So at that point, the only way to change it is through blood.
Blood.
Yeah. Blood. Yeah, well, I guess we just gonna have to, I guess. I don't know. Crazy.
Well, think about, all the men and women that have died in foreign lands for our freedom and security here, right? It's about high time that bloodshed on our lands,
Yeah.
for real, that isn't fucking political theater.
Yeah. You're right there. And it is high time. I mean, as they said, it's written. They wasn't lying when they wrote that stuff out. They knew people would get powerful.
Right.
I mean, they wasn't stupid. They knew what caused it all.
It's crazy to think that in our lifetime, this is probably going to go down and kick off, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Because if it don't happen in our lifetime, I'm afraid it won't happen.
I stand by my 2016 thing, election time. It's going to happen before then.
You think it's really going to kick off? I mean,
yeah, I think something's going to go hot here pretty quick. I mean, and if not here in America, over the world. I mean, I'm not saying it's just us, right?
Yeah.
But with the invasion in the southern border, right, you have Democratic politicians, including Petraeus, talk about how we need to think as North America as one thing,
Yeah.
and people like Nancy Pelosi down on the border talking about how we're all Americans, and and this is the ex-Speaker of the House down on the fucking Texas border talking about how we need to open this up and let everybody in. We're no longer a fucking nation if we can't control our borders. But that's exactly what they want. They don't want us to be nations. They want us. That's why they're not going to fight this caliphate, right? They're not going to go hardcore, bring the whole damn, European and American armies and South American armies against these people because those are the Christian nations. No, they're going to let them control their area. Europe's going to control its. North America is going to become its own thing. South America is going to become its own thing. China's already wants the whole fucking, China wants all of Asia, and Russia wants the Soviet Union back. So, and the more power concentrates up, the more these people are thinking, yeah, that's not such a bad idea. 5 to 8 little sections of the world that are all cordoned off and its own little thing. We don't need countries anymore. We need empires, right? So 5 to 8 little empires being able to deal with shit on a global basis, right?
Yeah.
And Africa divided up for the resources.
Pretty much. Just you see it coming, and it's like, what in the world did we learn everything that we learned? All this shit for all the knowledge that we have, and then turn around. Why did we learn it? And there's not a damn thing we can do to change it because we see what's coming.
There is, but nobody likes that answer. Even our founding fathers said that there was a way to change it, and nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to stand up and say, okay, I'll be the first.
Yeah, because the one that does it first is always a nut.
Yeah, that's true. So, 21¼ inches total length.
You wish.
How much?
You wish.
The pap. The pap. Well, your guys' minds went way off, didn't you?
Well, they're measuring shit. What kind of ruler are you using? I think you're looking at the centimeter section of that damn thing.
You're thinking I'm measuring something else.
Is it big, black, and hard?
The thing I measured is.
These guys are
PAP
freaks.
pistol with the muzzle brake, with the bell brake on. It's 21¼ inches total.
Just one time I'm
Mine has a
happy to,
mushroom brake.
You're doing what?
Sorry,
You're
Rick.
doing what, Rebel?
This is one time I'm happier to be, shorter than someone else.
Why? How much is? What's yours from muzzle brake to the end?
Wouldn't you like to know, big boy?
From the balls to the tip.
I didn't
What's
say
the head
that.
of that like?
You guys are getting way too into this whole gun analogy, ain't you?
Let's see. You got 21. Let's see what Papa's got.
Did you lube it up yet?
Yes, she's been cleaned and lubed. Tatiana has.
Yeah, I'm sitting
Tiana.
at 20 there, big boy. No,
You're saying
my
I gotta
bad.
save up. I'm gonna have to save up a buck for that goddamn break.
Oh no, my bad. My eyes are bad. Wow. You're at what now?
Oh, wait a minute now, bad eyes. Tell me what you're at.
I'm at 22 and a half.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I'm at 21 and a quarter. So mine's more concealable than yours, there, Reb.
Yep.
Hey, that's what I've been telling people all this time, man. It's concealability. That's what you're going for.
Yeah. Well, but at least it can still be seen.
Oh man, my talk just went off the rails.
Yeah.
What? I'm
Sorry about
talking
that.
about a PAP pistol, M92 PAP pistol. I don't
This
know.
isn't a gun chat. This is a political chat.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as it's not a Johnson chat, because
Right? Well, it turned into a Johnson chat.
That's a chat.
I don't know what you guys are
Anytime you
talking
get
about.
Stinger around,
right? That's on y'all.
Uh-huh.
it's on Stinger,
Well, mine's bigger than all yours.
right? So, Kansas, what do you think about them protesters making a stand there in California and
I
stopping
thought that
those-
was cool, man.
Oh, you knew? Okay, cool.
I thought that was cool of them. I mean, at least they trying to do something.
Right.
I mean, it's better to try than.
Yeah. It's better to try and fail than not to try at all. That's for damn sure. And on top of it, they didn't fail. They did turn the buses back, but you're not going to really get people to stop from coming in. Until
They're
the
not gonna
federal
stop them
government
all,
does
no.
their damn job. That's the whole thing. They
Well,
bug.
why can't we do another hands across America, but do it at the border?
Well, they did. See, but they're not letting anybody know that, right? The militia that's down in Texas have done that. Symbolically, but nobody's caring, right? And they'll send all these film crews down, and then it just never hits the news, right? Because they're like, oh no, that's not allowed to be out there.
Yeah, you're
Right,
not
let's
allowed
just-
to say that.
Yeah. So people are trying to do those things.
Well, they're trying at least. I mean, at that they got at least news. They got news covering it, which was interesting. Mainly because it was so few that did it. I mean, it was only like what 10 or 11 sitting there.
I don't know.
Bigger to me. Yeah, it looks a lot bigger to me than that.
Well,
It's
Yeah.
I would think it would take more than that to stop buses and shit.
yeah. Well, it looked like there wasn't that many. I mean, it was like they were stopping them. They did it.
And again, that's all perception, right? Because it looks like there weren't that many, but you don't know, right? Because what did they show? Did they show the crowd? Because I mean, I've seen them make 10 people look like 1,000 just by shooting it right.
Yeah.
And it's the same the other way around, right? They can make 20,000 people look like a small crowd by the way they shoot the picture.
True enough.
What about this whole Obama not needing Congress thing? You gonna talk about that?
Oh man, that is what you call one step from being a dictator.
Well, that's par for the
That's
course.
the step to be a dictator.
Yeah.
That's the final one when they do away with where Congress doesn't have any power at all. That's when all of a sudden you get Caesar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, did he come out and say that after the Supreme Court ruled, what you did was unconstitutional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then
he's basically putting his nose up to the Supreme Court as well then.
Yeah. He's
Well,
trying to
it's like-
say I'm gonna do as I'm gonna do, and there ain't none of you gonna stop me. Is what he's saying.
And that's
Well-
the truth.
Yeah, and that's the way, him being a basically a lame duck. Who's to stop him?
Exactly.
Think about when they impeached Clinton, right?
For
He was
fellatio.
like, fuck him. I don't give a shit. What do I have? 3 years left? I'm done. I don't care. I'm not getting reelected anyway, so I don't care. Impeach me all the fuck you want.
Exactly. And that's what he's doing.
Yeah, who files on a live chat again?
Right? He's trying to get it down another eighth of an inch.
Oh, that's funny.
Just take a little bit more off the tip.
God, you guys.
Well, shit, I'm about to start selling some of my shit on Dragon Chat.
Well, you do know that the Dragon gets 20% of whatever
We
you.
got oil cans for AKs. Come on.
Oil cans for AKs, huh?
You hear me?
I'm part of it. I am the Dragon, so I'll take my 5%. Yeah.
20.
No, I am the dragon, and on top of the
Will-
fact that I showed you what to. Anyway, we
Will
won't even
the
talk
real
about
Dragon please stand up?
We're not even going to talk about what the fee is going to
And the
be.
Godfather gets 10%.
Ain't nobody getting
Yeah.
no
We're
percent.
just like the government. Well, I'm going to take 20, and no, I need more than that, and
Hey, damn it! This is our democracy here.
yeah.
We got cleaning kits too.
Yeah, anybody who would buy AK stuff off an AR guy, I don't know.
AR guy? Really? Because I own an AR? Which one did I buy first? Please.
Yeah, which ones are the love of your lives?
Yeah.
Okay. Which ones were
Which
you
one do you
fawning
sleep
over
with?
for months? Okay. Oh yeah, the AK is great. It's about, but it doesn't. This isn't the real rifle. The real rifle is the AR.
No,
That's
and
the
you
one.
know,
That's
you
the
know
one on the
that's,
poster behind me.
you know that shit
Yeah.
ain't true, man. You know that shit ain't true. Fuck you, you liar.
What's on the poster behind you, poster guy?
Not
Yeah,
only
did I
that,
buy
we
that poster? Did I buy that poster, or did a friend who really liked me give that to me so I display it all the fucking time? Oh, wait a minute. Where's the fucking videos?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have to go get Rebels Mag here in a minute. Do my congressional whatever.
Right.
Hey, wait a minute. We're 30 minutes in. Yeah, you got to do your
Contractual obligation.
I'll go get it.
Get it.
Get it.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
No, just kidding. No, we're just busting balls, man. It's all good.
Oh, jeez. You guys are awesome. Okay. So are we going to handle anything good today? I don't know.
I doubt it.
I doubt
We're all kind of in a mood, apparently.
Yes, we are.
Well, I got something for you. You know they've come out with this portable X-ray device to where cops will be able to scan not only your vehicle and your packages, but your bodies without you ever knowing. So they'll be able to say, "Oh, look, there's a firearm or drugs in there. Let's arrest this guy," without you ever knowing they even did it.
Now that is interesting.
DARPA.
Yeah, go check the Green Dragon Tavern Chats community, and you'll see the link to the article.
Damn.
So, but yeah, they're going to be man-portable X-ray devices that they can scan your car, right? They'll be able to scan your bag, scan your personal shit, all with a handheld device that's shooting X-rays at you the whole time.
Well,
And
I
that's
got a
not pleasant.
question. Why don't you do that in the airports, and then we don't need TSA groping our asses no more?
Yeah, but, dude, because that's the thing, is they tried that. Remember the body scanners? And nobody wanted to hear shit about that. So,
Yeah.
But now you don't need to walk through a body scanner. They'll just walk past your car walking down the street and go, oh, look, drugs. Oh, look, a gun. Oh, look, something else that's banned. Oh, look, a 5-pound bag of sugar. You're only allowed a pound at a time.
I can see them getting in trouble one time, it being sugar and not something else they might think it is.
No, they'd probably be arresting you for sugar and get cocaine, and then go, I don't care. I wanted sugar. Because that's
Damn
next,
sugar
right?
pushers.
The whole obesity thing, that's next. They're going to start banning sugars.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's coming down the line.
Well, wouldn't they have to ban high fructose corn syrup first?
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's as long as the Pepsi and Coke pays their little part to them, they're fine. It's when they quit, it will be when it changes. Well, hello there, sir.
Hey there.
Welcome.
I wonder if Mike's working. I had trouble with it last night, but I think I got it fixed.
Good.
That's what the problem when you're kind of one of the quiet guys and you don't actually say anything in the chat. We don't know the difference.
Oh.
Yeah, I kept trying to say something, and like I get talked over, and I go, "Oh, you're being rude tonight." No.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was kind of messed up. Huh?
So, Mule having fun with his new toy, huh?
Yeah. He ain't took the picture down the whole day so far. He's got it there. He's looking at it, drooling outside the mouth.
Can't wait to get outside and shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah. The drool's just, that little bit of drool on the side as you're thinking about the gun. And
I don't know if he's got a basement in his townhouse. You can go down there and shoot it.
Is that right, Mule?
It's coming up on the 4th. I'm going to be doing one of those, oh, no, it's fireworks things.
Oh, well, actually, it's legal to shoot firearms, but it's not legal to shoot fireworks. So.
Right. So, but it ain't legal in town. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My buddy Jeff, he's got 10 acres, and he'd light off fireworks, and the sheriff would show up. Oh, one of the neighbors is complaining, and they go, well, you can shoot off firearms, but not fireworks. So, okay, so we'll just dump about 20 rounds of 12 gauge in the direction of the neighbor that's bitching,
Right. Well, and that's the thing, you can have you keep the fireworks covered and you leave the firearms out. So that way, oh, they're mistaken. I wasn't shooting off any fireworks.
He didn't do that.
Don't you see that? 12-gauge shotgun shells and, 308 and 223 and 7.62. I mean, come on, there's some 940 cal in there, buddy. Oh, it's only firearms. Oh, okay. Good to go.
We're good.
Yeah, it's like lighting off an M80 with using flash powder. It's so bright and so robust. The boom, it's like, well, I don't know. The muzzle flash device must have been directing the light in their direction.
Yeah, I was watching Mule's his chat about the 4th of July. He's going to go back to the old day. What do we got to celebrate for?
Well, what do we? And you know what? I've seen a few videos since then about the same topic. And it really is. What do we have to celebrate? What we're remembering America, but we're not celebrating America. Because there's nothing. What freedoms do we have left to celebrate?
Well,
I'd love for anybody to explain it to me.
You would need a permit to celebrate freedom of America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence the lack of freedom.
Yes.
That crap in some towns, you can't even have a recreational fire, without a permit.
Yep. And I mean that's just it. I mean we're looking at a society where, I mean everything when I was a kid, there's no way kids could do today. And it just keeps getting worse. I mean, it's like when I was a kid, I could sit and go to school and go if I wanted to.
Here you go, Rab. I'm showing it off.
Oh.
I mean, is that part of your contractual obligation?
Yep, awesome work he puts out.
Dick.
Ouch.
Wow, when Stinger gets ass hurt, he gets real ass
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, the beef jerky's
Look,
not.
don't pick on the fat guy because he's going to come back real hard and dirty.
The beef jerky's not the only thing burning his ass these days.
Right? Holy shit.
Ghost peppers.
Shit's hot.
I sent some off to work so my wife can give it to her, to the person she works with and doesn't like.
Why, here you go. Me and my husband would like you to have these.
Yeah, they're a little hot. Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like all this morning, I was screaming at both Stinger and Riddle Girl because Riddle Girl actually made it, even though Stinger's taking the credit.
Just taking some.
But my ass was burning so much. And if you really need the video, that's the video I'm going to do. How good is Stinger's shit? How good is Stinger's jerky? So good that here I am on the toilet screaming!
First of all, it's a video for her, not for me.
Oh, then I'll have to be nicer. But you're the one constantly asking, and you're the one that needs to be...
She's not on here. She's the one bitching at me. I'm just relaying the message.
Right. Instead of being a man and dealing with your wife.
Yeah.
And she makes me
Now it just got
breakfast
real.
every day. So.
Hey, you know what? So does mine. But, I don't know.
Happy wife, happy life.
It just got
Yeah, but
real.
that's only to a point, right? No matter how much money they make, I still wear the goddamn pants in the family. So.
Or at least that's what they let you believe.
No. Okay, you can keep thinking that.
Yeah, speaking
And
of
I was
wearing,
thinking to get that enough myself to where I think, okay, it's 50-50. Yeah, wrong.
so speaking of wearing pants, the fucking temperature outside in the Midwest is 30 degrees colder than what it's supposed to be. Fuckers.
I'm
Chemtrails.
wearing pants.
I wish it was colder and it was supposed to be here.
Yeah, no
It's
shit.
like 60-something degrees here today.
It's supposed to be about 90 to be normal.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Instead, it's 66 degrees right now.
I don't mind it being a little cooler.
Yeah,
It's
but that's July.
102. So 102 right now.
So we're 60 degrees cooler.
102.
Yeah. My 4th of July is, drinking lots of beer and the swimming kind of thing, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
No, it's supposed to be up to the high 80s by. Let's see. Yeah. Friday's supposed to be about 80.
It's not too bad then.
It's gonna
80
be
and sunny.
today. 109 today.
Let everybody shoot from the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Right.
I was supposed to get thunderstorms on Friday, but it's still going to be 104. So.
And so
yeah, boiling water.
yeah, well, and hot flash floods.
Steam.
Hey, I like the warm rain. That's nice. You go out and have fun in it.
Yeah, actually, the stories, the people in Iceland going fishing in the hot springs, you catch a fish, and then by the time you reel it up through the hot water, it's already cooked.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, well, down by Yosemite, I think that would work. Do you actually think that thing's going to blow?
Someday. When?
Yellowstone?
It'll
Yeah.
definitely blow. It's going to blow. When? That's the question. It's like the biggest volcano that's kind of dormant around.
Kinda dormant. I like that word, kinda.
Well, it's hot, right? That's how you get the geysers and all that shit, but it's not exploding right now, but it eventually will, yeah.
Oh, Tony, you're watching. Yeah. Thanks for opening up the Dragon last night, Tony. Oh, you.
Oh, and who's talking about who getting butt hurt?
Well, no, and the only reason why I'm butthurt about it is because I tried to send Shell Shock Armory over to it, right? And because Shell Shock had a story about how he got beaten down by a cop and arrested. And when I said on Sunday night that I wasn't going to be able to do it, I thought one of the bartenders were going to pick up the slack, and that's why I sent Shell Shock Armory over. And instead of picking up the slack, one of the bartenders had it on their own channel. So, so Shell Shock Armory didn't know where to go because he thought it was going to be on the Dragon when it usually is, you know. And he wanted to tell about how he ended up in jail for the weekend and how a cop violated his civil rights and beat the fuck out of him.
It's easier to delete when it's on your own channel.
Oh.
Well, it is what it is. I'm just saying. So,
You
but
guys are a
I'm
tough
thanking all
crowd,
the
man.
bartenders for that because I made that announcement on Sunday during the chat that any of the bartenders could have picked up the slack. So I'm thanking all of you for it. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, for me, I was just like, you know what,
Here
I'm
comes
not
the
going to do it.
excuses. Man
Yeah,
up.
because I've started up a few dragons when Mule was gone.
yep, you have. And so is Tony. That's why I'm giving Tony shit because he started up on his instead of on the Dragon.
But instead, I was like, fuck it, I'm just taking the night off. I wanna enjoy
How
some time
dare
with family,
you.
right?
But
Take
now
the Dragon
Rebel
doesn't come
jumped
first.
right in on that Tony shit. Didn't start one up. So
Hey, in my defense, I'm not making excuses, but I did think it was a dragon. Little to my, then I found out it wasn't a dragon, and I was like, okay, well, still Tony.
And I'll be honest, I wouldn't give a shit if I hadn't sent Shell Shock Armory over, right? But Shell Shock, he wanted to talk. He wanted to tell about his experience on getting his civil rights violated.
And I wanted to hear it.
Yeah, and this is a banker, ex-banker, whatever, FFL dealer.
This is a
Right.
dude that wears pink ties.
Yeah.
He's a
Well,
pretty
and
cool
left the banking industry to become an to build guns and sell guns. You know? So yeah, I was a little upset. And he's not on right now, or else I'd try and get him in.
By the way, can someone do a shout out?
We just did. Hey, Tony.
All right, Northwest Indiana Prepper, DJ Moore. Let's see, Tactical Tony 702, QC Hemp, Chad Lilly. Welcome to the North American Union. He says, Chad does.
Yeah.
Third Op says Holy War. Really, that's funny. And DJ says, hey, third.
Third up, yep.
Rolance is out there, and Jeremiah Johnson's out there. So. And I'm be right back.
Okay.
Mute this.
Rantorama.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, of course, we got to have our usual bitch about YouTube, but they got to keep rearranging the furniture on us blind people. But
All right.
Yeah.
To go to your video manager, man, it's like a 3-step process now.
Yeah, what the hell is that shit? I mean,
It's bullcrap.
I couldn't find my video manager. It took me about an hour to find my way to it. It's like, oh, okay, there it is.
Because, yeah, let's make this easier for people. No.
No, it's called make
How
it.
about if it isn't broke, don't fix it?
Well, if that's the case, well, they have to justify their jobs, man, because it was fine like a couple years ago, you know? It's still not anywhere close to being fine, in my opinion, because it was fine a long time ago. It's still crap compared to that.
Yep. Well, it's getting too goddamn technical. It's like they're technologying us out of it.
I want to know why they thought it was a smart idea to take away video responses. It wasn't like it was taking up any more space. Everybody was used to it. So by taking that off, you did what to make anything easier? Nothing. So, I mean, they could have just left it there. It wasn't like they were changing that all the time. That's just one thing, right? It's a billion different things they could stop doing, but they got to justify that they have a reason to get paid to be a programmer. Same thing, lawmakers think they need to make new laws because they're a lawmaker. No. Yeah, well, you can program for something else.
Yeah, no, Obama thinks he's a lawmaker now. He says if Congress won't act, then he'll just do it on his own. So
Yeah. Ain't nobody going to stop him, so why not? I mean, that's basically what we've been talking about with all these laws, these regulations, all these gun control laws, all this other crap that we always talk about. They're never going to stop until we stand up and say no. And they know that. So they do a little bit at a time so that it's not a big drastic thing where we might actually stand up. Well, okay, I guess I can go along with criminals shouldn't have guns. You know, and then they do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. It's the slow boiling of the frog.
Basically. I mean, that's just it. I mean, he's going to do this, and then he's going to make it illegal to have guns, and he'll do that.
He won't do that for a long time. It won't be illegal to have guns for a long time. It's going to be more people like the veterans, right? Because the veterans, they all have PSD, so we can't have them having guns. Oh, okay, well, I'm not a veteran, and I can understand we wouldn't want people that are mentally disabled having a firearm. Well, then it's going to be a certain type of gun because, well, we really can't have these 30-round magazines or clips or whatever they're going to call them. So we're going to limit it down to 20, and then to 15, then to 10. And it's these little steps of losing your freedom that you're not going to stand up and revolt over, that they're going to keep doing until all you have is a 2-round magazine on a musket or some shit. Well, okay, that's stupid, but you know what I mean. It's going to get down to that where it's like not even when they finally do a gun grab, you're going to have to take a minute between shots because you got to reload the ball and powder.
Yeah. That's where we're heading, exactly.
They ain't going to ever just go door to door.
And the next thing will be prescription medications. They'll start listing off all these different prescription medications. So if you're being prescribed this, then you can't have a gun.
Yeah.
Same thing with the marijuana and all these places that have medical marijuana. You give up. Well, I don't know about Arizona because we have a constitutional carry. I'd have to look into that. But, you know, a lot of these places you get medical marijuana card, you can kiss goodbye your CCW.
Yep.
And nobody's going to argue that. You know, because everybody who doesn't smoke pot who likes guns, they're not going to stand up for you because they already don't think it should be legal for you to smoke it in the first place. So obviously they're not going to stand up for your rights.
There's a lot of hypocrites even among the people who smoke pot that won't get off their ass to make any changes about, you know, changing the laws until it's their turn. Get busted.
Right. It worked for the Germans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know in Illinois they changed it. They had started to put into law that if you tried to get a medical marijuana card, you'd lose your FOID card and lose your ability to get a CCW. But there was too much pushback against that, so they had to take that out.
Yeah.
So you can have both. You can have a medical marijuana card and your FOID card. Now, the federal government still says if you have a medical marijuana card, you can't buy a gun, because you'll have to lie on your 44 or whatever, you know, your NIC check form.
Mm-hmm.
But these motherfuckers lie all the time, so I tell people lie on that shit. What the fuck? They ask you if you're a fugitive. Are you really going to answer that question for true if you are?
Right.
You know? Yeah, I'm a fugitive, but don't tell nobody. The fuck? Come on, really?
Well, if you're wanted, when they submit the NICS form, you think the NICS system would catch that, but I don't know.
You'd be surprised what that system doesn't catch.
Not if you don't self-tell. You know,
like G Mangos, he was totally, you know, he answered it all right. They cleared him, and then what was it? 10 years later, they said no. They kind of looked into it, something like that.
I don't know what to think anymore. It's gotten too weird.
Well, people
It's like
have those videos.
everything they told me in school wasn't supposed to happen is happening, and it's done it legally. It's like, wow, what the hell? It's like a bad dream coming true.
Right.
And
And yesterday, sorry, go ahead, Jim.
They make it so complicated. I think everybody is breaking the laws somewhere. I mean, there's something wrong inside your house or something. I mean, they could get everybody.
Well, because
Yeah.
you are. They have so many laws that you are breaking a law somewhere.
Hence the whole law of 922R compliant. That
Yeah.
thing is only there to get you on something
After
else.
the fact.
Yeah. That's
After
why
the
when you get charged for, let's say, murder, you killed your neighbor or whatever, they're not going to just charge you with murder. They're going to charge you with 20 different friggin' things, hoping that some of them stick.
Yeah.
They're overcharging. Oh, well, you didn't like him, so it must have been a hate crime. He was black or something, you know. So we're going to charge you extra for that. And we're going to charge you extra because you had only 4 U.S.-made parts on your gun instead of 5.
Yep.
And the ammunition doesn't count if it's American made.
No.
Well, it's funny. Yesterday, Third Op put up a meme or whatever. There's a storm a brewing. But the only reason why I paid attention to it is because of what HDP said about it, right? He's like, yeah, but nobody cares. Because nobody does care if there's a storm a brewing. No. And, you know, I'm at the point now where it's like, wake me up when it starts. Because we've been talking about it for, what, years now? You know, that the storms are brewing and it's right there, and if nobody stands up, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And every day it gets worse and worse and worse, and nobody's standing up. So
Well, shit, people from Vietnam, you got the survivalists, right, that come back from Vietnam and they see what their government did, and they're not preppers, right, they're survivalists, but they've been bitching about the way things are in the government ever since then, and they've got to be really frustrated at this point because things were bad enough back then they wanted it to set off, and nobody set it off.
well, and guess what? Survivalists are preppers. They just changed their name to not be acute, you know, not to try and actually. They're doing exactly the same things, but they understand the connotation of names, right? Like the whole militia thing. Don't call yourself a militia. Call yourself a zombie squad. Everybody's going to like you as a zombie squad, but the second you call yourself a militia, you know, everybody's going to think you're tinfoil hat, right?
That's right.
Same for a long time with the survivalist and the prepper thing, right? Everybody's been a survivalist because they're all doing exactly the same shit, right? But they changed the name to prepper, and that was cool until this until that show came out, right? And started showing in the same type of light that they used to show survivalists in. They're showing as preppers, right?
Yeah.
They just changed the name because they have to ridicule everybody involved in that kind of thing because they don't want you being prepared for the worst. Because that means then you're self-reliant. And this is where the destruction of America and why I'm not celebrating the 4th, because we don't deal with self-reliance anymore. It's somebody tell me what to do. It's not let me make my own choices.
Well, and if it
You
doesn't
watch-
affect you, then why would you give a shit about somebody else?
Well,
Exactly.
these days the government gives you. I mean, that's where the nanny state comes in. They care about. They want everybody to follow the same fucking rules. So everybody needs to wear the same color pants. Everybody needs to wear, do the same thing. Blah blah blah. Right? Because it's easier for them to control us. You can't control a fucking country of 400 million individuals, but 400 million slaves. Well, that's a lot easier to control.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And it gets worse. I mean, it's like, I mean, everything that they taught me, or at least I remember going through school, everything they taught us not to do has been done now. And I'm sitting there going, damn.
It's just about all this immigration and shit. You know, it's like leaving your gate open and hoping your neighbor's cattle will come onto your farm, and they're just collecting more chattel so they can more slave units.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I mean, you guys saw the story of the dude that the cop who was looking for, I guess, a lost kid or some shit, truant kid or whatever. I don't know what the deal was, but he went in the dude's backyard and shot the dude's dog in the dude's backyard. And then, like, oh, okay, well, there's no kid in here. Sorry about the dead dog. And took off.
Yeah, and Salt Lake City. Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that story.
The one I hate is when the guy called the cops because his house got robbed and all of his firearms were stolen. The cops come there and shoot his dog and don't actually kill it. Meanwhile, this guy can't even put his dog out of misery. I don't know if you guys remember that story, but that pissed me
Yeah,
off.
he was begging him to,
And the dog's suffering.
Yeah.
He ended up having to drown his own dog, and then they tased the guy or threatened to tase him.
What do you think they would do to you if you shot one of those canine dogs?
Oh, that's
well,
killing a police officer.
I'm scared of dogs.
That's the same as if you kill the actual cop. That's
Yeah.
why if you kick a canine cop, if you kick the dog, they'll get you on assault of a police officer. So yeah, if you killed their dog, that's probably the same as killing an officer.
Mm-hmm. Yet they can walk in your house, kill your dog, kill your cat, walk
They get
out and
my
not have to
attack
worry
cat.
about it. Yeah, get a attack cat.
I do need to get me like a leopard or a panther. Yeah, a panther would be cool.
Pet dragon.
I already got one of those.
Yeah.
I would say my wife's friend Stretch used to have a couple of hogs. They're like 1,000-pound hogs that are actually pets, and they come in the house and lay on the couch and hang out on the front porch. And the pizza guy would show up and knock on the door, and next thing you know, he hears the oink, and here's this 1,000-pound hog staring at him. Scares the fuck out of him.
That's funny.
It's like Green Acres, Arnold Ziffel, but a little bigger pig than the one in that show.
Green Acres is the place to be.
Then you got the three girls from Petticoat Junction, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're making me flashback now. Come on, that's not nice.
Right.
Flashback.
Talk about shows that would never be on the air today. That's one of them.
Well, half the shows that we grew up with that wouldn't be on the air today.
Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard for one.
Adam 12.
They showed a commercial just recently for some like car rental place where they used the Dukes of Hazzard. They had the actual guys that played, Bo and Luke Duke, and they're driving the General Lee, but there's no Confederate flag on top.
They're supposed to have some kind of a down in. They're supposed to have like a yearly Duke reunion where they
Most
get
of them are
together
dead
and all
now.
the lovers of Dukes.
Most of them are dead now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
They're all dead.
they're all dead, damn it. Just like Bonanza, almost all. Well, they're all dead now.
Yeah, I remember Bonanza. It was like one of the first colored TV shows on primetime. They made a big deal about that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they went to color.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when they were just a radio program.
No kidding.
I tried to tell my son about that shit
That's
back in
going
the
a bit
30s and
far
40s.
there.
You hang around, the family hung around the big old console radio and listened to the, the theater, radio theater, which is actually almost as good as reading. They use your imagination.
My mom and my dad had some of the old Lone Ranger episodes on tape that they had, put on the air on the radio or whatever, and I used to listen to that as a kid. Really pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah, I remember back when it's like I remember when we used to get up every day and go watch the Mighty Mouse.
I'm trying to remember the jingle that went along with that, but yeah, I remember that.
Mighty Mouse is on his way. He is to save the day. Yeah.
And there's always Underdog.
Kaufman did one of those things. Here he comes to save the day. The Mighty Mouse is on the way.
Yeah.
Sorry for everybody that's having to listen to this.
Right.
But you came here of your own free will.
You see the view count going way down and
Yeah, I know. It just went down from 20 down to 13.
Yeah.
That one underdog had a super energy pill.
Yeah,
Well, if you're going through pharmacies.
That was called methamphetamines, but whatever.
Hey, one man's methamphetamines is another man's sugar.
Yeah, Paul and Sister Polly Perry.
Who remembers the Flying Nun?
Oh,
Yeah.
You remember Captain America, or not Captain America, but what was it? Shazam? Shazam.
Oh, that's Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, Gomer Pyle was one of them, but I mean that was Andy Griffith. But
No, Gomer Pyle was the Shazam.
well, no, but Shazam, they had an actual hero show called Shazam. Used to travel around in a camper all the time.
Down to 11 viewers.
And dropping fast. Let's get this party over.
Welcome to the geriatric hour.
Yeah.
We need more viewers so I can show off this pretty mag.
I thought you were selling stuff, Sting. Sling it.
Oh, yeah? Well,
I got some
AK
oil bottles. I got some
I got a
Terratol.
gas mask. Anybody interested in a gas mask? $14?
I got some hot jerky.
I hear it's really awesome to smoke weed in.
You hear? Sure.
Yeah, those are the good old days. They had the old Sarah's family water pipes and 2 chambers and hoses, and they put a gas mask on there and smoked tie stick. Like,
Tie stick. Tie stick.
Yeah.
it's one of those things that came back from Vietnam days.
And right down there is a Rebel original.
It is a Rebel original. You see how it looks like it's a little dirty right there? That's just custom. Right there. It looks like dirt got stuck in the paint, but it didn't. It's just, that's how he painted.
Hey, man, that's not fair to long hair that you're trying to, show his stuff.
If you want to call it Long 13, by all means.
Right? Yeah, you don't have any Rebel Solution custom painted AK mags, and I don't think you ever will.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's all right, brother. I like my shit to look original.
Right? You like to overpay for orange Bakelite.
That's right. From the 50s? Are you kidding me? Hells yeah. I love nostalgic shit. And I didn't pay too much, although I did pay quite a bit. But I've seen them go for a lot more, so.
Put a 1950 handle on it and you got it made.
Well, this is a copy of the Bakelite pistol grips, but I got the original pistol grips now. But I'm gonna probably keep this one on because just in case a 922R. No, but here's one of the originals. Slightly used.
Yeah.
Come in.
Alright.
Is that your Mormon friends again?
Not me that ding-donged.
Yeah, it's my boy. Talk about how things change. They're too lazy to even come to the other room. They got to send you a text.
That's hilarious.
Damn whippersnappers.
Damn old whippersnappers. You'd think they'd have more respect for you than that.
All right. Well,
Well,
I don't know
maybe
much
with
else.
4th of July coming up, if you want to make your own kaboobers, 1 part aluminum powder and 2 parts potassium perchlorate. Place in confined space, add a fuse, and kaboom.
And we won't be seeing Jim anymore.
More.
Yeah, what can you do with 2 pieces of pipe, a cap, and a screw?
Well, nice
I
knowing
don't
you,
know, but
buddy.
you keep talking like this,
It
we'll
was
get our
nice.
heartbeat.
It was nice to know you, Jim.
You can make a Filipino shotgun, yeah. We need to do another one of those improvised munition shows like we had back in October or something like that. You know?
Everybody's.
IED chat.
We're not going to have another political chat, that's for sure. Politically correct chat. Just
What?
so
I
you
was
know.
just looking last night about how to make smoke bombs. There's sugar and sodium nitrate. Yeah, sodium nitrate, that saltpeter. Maybe you can get that at the farm store. So you cook
Yeah.
melt the sugar and the sodium nitrate together, and then you pour it into something and you light it on fire, and smoke bombs.
Yep.
Or you could corn your beef. When I found out they use saltpeter in corned beef, I was like, wow. It's really good. It's tasty.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So why you can't get it up after you've been eating corned beef?
You know what? It's the American. Whatever. Corned beef sucks.
I love corned beef.
Kevin,
You should love that. You're Irish, man. That's all you should eat is corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, that's the fucking problem. That's what I grew up eating, was that shit. And even my grandmother was like, "Well, we have to eat corned beef here in this country, but normally it's Irish bacon. But this is what we get in lieu of Irish bacon here in America." So she'd feed us boiled potatoes, cabbage, and corned beef 3 nights a week. I won't ever eat that shit again.
Right.
And believe me, my whole family, they're like, "Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. We need to make some corned beef and cabbage." Not in my fucking house. You want to do it, you move.
There you go. We'll make some pictures for you.
Oh, jeez.
I got your corned beef right
so
here.
the corned beef is an American invention. It's not really Irish. Or,
Yeah, no, it's America. America.
yeah,
America,
America.
mate.
Well, it's like pizza's not Italian either. You know.
Yeah. So, but corned beef
Chinese
has nothing to do with
fortune
the
cookies.
Irish. That was
Fortune cookies.
that's because it was a cheaper cut of meat, whereas back in Ireland it was, they call it Irish bacon, or she called it Irish bacon. I don't even know what the fuck they really call it, but it wasn't corned beef that they eat. And they don't celebrate St. Patty's quite the way we do here in America. So it's actually just a feast of St. Patrick for the church, not a holiday that, well, and a pseudo holiday. It's a church feast.
Well, all these holidays are all commercialism type bullshit. It gets you to spend a bunch of money anyway. So.
And now,
Hallmark
yeah,
holidays.
a
Yeah.
lot of them started out as church holidays, like Halloween, right? Everybody who loves Halloween, thank the Catholic Church. It's the feast at All Hallows Eve. Thank the Irish Catholic Church, because most of our traditions we grab for American traditions now for Halloween started out, guess where? The Irish Catholic Church. Oh my God.
Well, Halloween used to be fun for kids. Now they took all the fun out of it for kids, and it's a party
Don't
for
make
adults.
me
So.
close this on count of conspiracy here.
You on account of conspiracy? Come on. I was thinking we were going to be talking about the snow next.
No. That's next month.
Is it
After
wrong
it
to
gets
talk
cold,
about snow
after
in
it gets
July?
really cold, then you gotta talk about snow in July.
Right, yeah. If it starts snowing here in Phoenix in July, then we got something shit going down, man.
It was kind of funny, the burning snow thing. I wanted to try to make a spoof video, like maybe put a little propane torch underneath the snow and let the gas leak up through it so you can actually see it burning. Look, the snow burns.
Well, somebody was pissing in the snow and then eating it.
Yeah,
That's disgusting, Rebel.
that's fucking real
It
disgusting.
was Mountain Dew. Come on.
Or who did that, DJ?
Mule.
It was grenadine, not Mountain Dew.
It was grenadine.
Red stuff?
Yeah. So, I mean, that whole burning snow thing, it is snowing in July, by the way, but in fucking Argentina.
Yeah.
That's totally natural and normal for this time of year.
But that burning snow thing, that really just, made me think how stupid the fucking whole human race is. There's so many people bought into that fucking stupid shit. Burning snow!
What, Roxy? You don't
Started
have...
by a
Well, I
preacher.
thought we found a new fuel source for God's sakes.
Better put a tax on it.
Oh, the government would hate that if you could make snow run a vehicle.
Right?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, why do you think I'm not a scientist, so I don't know if they actually ever perfected some of these things, but there's been plenty of different designs out there for using water as a fuel for a motor.
Yeah, you start talking that shit and you will get capped.
Oh, yeah. No shit. I mean, there's that guy who, if anybody remembers, about 10 years ago, he was driving around a vehicle on water, and all of a sudden he's dead, his shit's gone, right? Nobody can find his working prototype,
Ma, it's gone.
And he
You ever
died.
heard of Tesla?
Well, no, this was after Tesla, but yeah, I mean, and cold fusion, so anytime they come up with anything like that, forget it, they're done. That ain't happening.
No.
How many cloudy days we've had here in the last couple of months? I think they actually are blocking the sun out, so we can't even use that as a source.
Come to Arizona, man. That's all we got.
I would tend to agree something is happening.
I would agree something's happening, but don't know what it is.
Bowel movement at Mule's house.
Yeah, kind of a scary Coast to Coast AM a couple of nights ago. They were talking about using diseases to, complete the objectives of the Georgia Guidestones, And now these immigrants, of course, are going to be the vectors for carrying diseases into other countries.
I've been saying that on the Dragon for a minute.
For a minute?
Yep.
That's more accurate than for a long time.
You're so insightful.
No, it's just, they tell you what they're going to do before they do it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something about Monsanto was developing an aluminum-resistant plant varieties. Why would it have to be resistant to aluminum if it wasn't precipitating out of the sky all the time?
Is there an article for that? Because I'd like to read that.
I don't know, maybe just have to Google it and see if we can find something, but I don't remember where I heard that, but it might have been on Coast to Coast, somebody mentioned that.
Wow.
Amazing.
Aluminium. That's nothing. Aluminium is the proper pronunciation of the word. And Alcoa, I guess, basically branded it aluminum, so it's easier for Americans to say or something.
That is all kinds of messed up.
Par for the course, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Fortunately, these fools just keep messing with us and won't quit.
Yeah, I don't know if they're making much progress on municipalities, the people trying to get the fluoride out of the water. I hear about different cities every now and then talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Reb, if you go look on firearms, you'll see what that post looks like.
Oh, you posted some stuff up?
You want to?
Yeah. That's what he was doing.
Well, now that the Liberty and Firearms Social Club is really, taken off and all.
I'm not invited.
You see I posted that last hot sauce review on there?
Yeah, pimping your own shit. How
That's right,
how
man.
stinger of you.
Hey, out of all of them, I only did one, so fuck y'all.
It's all good, dude.
Suppose when you
He's
get
happy that he
tolerant.
bypassed that. Now he's got more members than the Dragon, so he's just happy as fuck.
Yeah, see, I don't even think I have members on my Google Plus. I don't know how to pimp it out like you guys do.
So you get used to all that hot shit, and then the cops will pepper spray you, and you'll go.
Did you
"Oh,
get
is that all
one
you
through
got?"
the? Dang it! You didn't get one through the rear peep. Darn it!
That sounded wrong.
It's a little blurry, but
You
wow.
Yeah, it
always
won't
got to get one
focus.
through the rear peep.
It won't focus right through the rear peep.
Yeah, but boy, you're right, man. That is a huge difference.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
That
for the width of
sounds
the front side
wrong if
post.
you're listening on the wrong end of that.
Well, it's the width of the front sight post, you dirty-minded old man.
Oh, goddamn.
You know what happens? You won't think like that all the time if you get laid one of these days.
Yeah, well.
Good on pump.
Go give me the pump, damn it.
Yeah, we'll have to get you
That's
one of those
called
new
the
iPad
wife. That's called the wife.
things. Oh, you don't need a wife anymore. That's what them iPad things are for, right?
Sure.
iPad. You know, with the flashlight, you don't need a wife anymore. Shit.
Shit. You guys are something else.
Yes, we are.
No, you don't want to put a vacuum down there, believe me.
Okay.
My cousin can attest to that one.
Ow.
I was going to ask if you're talking from experience, but
No, my cousin has the experience, trust me.
Oh,
Pretty
boy.
embarrassing taking him to the doctor for that.
Yeah, I would imagine.
yeah, off the rails, can you say?
Yeah,
Right.
really.
We're still at 11, so we didn't go too much further off.
I don't know. I don't think I'm in his dragon, so.
Nope.
No. I'm the only one in here is dragon.
No, you're not.
I'm just
You
a
are?
barfly today.
Yep. I didn't try to come in as the dragon, but that's how I came in, so.
So, just waiting on parts.
Yep, I love that when you do that, when you get a whole bunch of parts, like with the AR when I was rocking and rolling on getting parts, it was nice. Every week I'd get a new part, and it was like a little birthday present every week, even though I paid for it. And
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
still
the
fun to
way
me.
Christmases go anyway. So it's like Christmas in July, right?
yeah.
I paid for Christmas, so yeah. It's not as much fun as when you get a real gift, whatever it is, right? And you didn't pay for it, but it's almost.
Right, like free jerky.
Yeah, or a free, 75-round drum. That was awesome.
I don't bitch about that one. You actually made a video.
Dude, I'm telling you, the jerky's going to be a bathroom video, and I'm still,
Can you say the horse is dead?
yeah. If we're going to keep beating it, I'm going to keep saying it, The shit was just too hot for me. How many times, and if you want it on video for now.
Well, you're on video saying it.
No, as I told him before, it's for my wife, not for me on that one. I found it funny as all hell that Colin actually manned up and took a piece. It was funny later on. Oh, I need the milk.
Oh, yeah. We don't live in the Southwest. We ain't eating hot stuff. We're a nice Midwestern family, So jalapenos never were in Illinois until the illegals came in after Reagan's amnesty. So.
Oh, a nice comeback.
Right?
So what
Brought
are
it
those
right back.
factories?
Brought it right back into politics.
Habaneros or
forgets,
something else?
we talk about this current invasion, but we've been invaded since '80, okay? And Reagan did the exact same thing that fucking Obama's wanting to do, right? Forgiving everybody in the fucking country who's in by a certain date. So let's not forget that whenever we talk about how much of a tyrant or whatever Obama is, that fucking Reagan was just.
Wait a minute, you Reagan basher. He traded amnesty for border security.
Yeah, and
That's
tell me
what-
how secure the fucking border's been since then.
I'm not saying that it
Okay.
worked. I'm just saying that was on the table. What's going on now? There's no talk of, oh, well, we're going to, let all these children in, and then we're going to seal the border and secure it. It's just a flat out free for all.
Well, they're done talking about sealing the fucking border at all anymore. They're saying, listen, we need to do this North American Union thing, right, to where people can freely travel from Canada to, the Central American border.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but that was the same plan then, just Reagan didn't. Why do you think there was no border security since the last fucking amnesty plan? Because they've had this plan on a lot longer term than any of us can imagine.
Hey, what's the term, totally off topic, personal, what's the friggin' blade called in a circular saw?
Circular saw blade?
That sounds too, easy.
Too descriptive.
Yeah. Remember, when you're dealing with, tools and people who work with their hands, they call reciprocating saws. Guess what? Reciprocating saw. And when a company comes out that makes the best one, then it becomes a generic term, right? Sawzall.
Sawzall.
So, but that's not what you want. You want a circular saw blade. It's a circular saw blade.
Okie dokie.
And now, what size do you want? Do you want it for a handheld? Do you want?
No,
it for
I'm good.
circular saw?
I just was trying to wrap my mind around it real quick.
Do you need it for plywood? Do you need it for metal? Do you need it for hardwood? Do you need it for softwood? There's different blades for all that shit, but the blades are all called circular saw blades.
Yeah, the circular saw blades that they use for cutting the tin that you put on a barn. Boy,
Yep.
they make one hell of a fucking racket. You definitely need hearing protection.
Oh yeah, they do. And on top of it, you gotta make sure if you're trying to do that by hand, good luck with that. You gotta clamp that shit down, or else that shit vibrates so bad. Yeah, but that's the amazing thing about when non-liberals start calling things, they call them what they really are, right? So you're calling a tool a tool. What do they call a crescent wrench? Oh, a crescent wrench.
An adjustable wrench.
Right? Box wrench. What do you call a box wrench? A box wrench. Box stand. Oh my God.
Right.
A hammer. What's it called? A hammer.
Yeah, but they can't get magazine and clip right.
Yeah. Well, shit. They can't even. Come on. They can't get nail gun and gun right. It's a nail gun. It's a gun. You need a license for that. Especially some of these new ones where you can load the nail magazine.
Ha
Right, and then they have these compressed air, like green gas, that they use in the airsoft guns now, right? That they use for nail guns. So you don't even need to be hooked to an airline anymore.
Actually, that might not be a halfway decent defensive weapon, just leaving your car with your tools,
Oh yeah,
Nail
it would be. I mean, once you strap the safety
Oh,
pack,
right.
I mean, we used to have nail gun wars, turn up the compressor, and have nail gun wars. Hell yeah.
I remember trying to shoot birds in the shop, they
Hey, within like 50 feet, you'll hit something. Will it
Yeah,
do anything?
usually.
No.
I used to work at a Paladin. We used to sit there and shoot at each other all day. It was fun.
Yeah, I guess before they had all the airsoft and paintball and all that shit, I remember kids growing up, they'd go out and just shoot each other with BB guns for the fun of it,
Done that before.
Okay, I'm going to tell people a highly dangerous thing that we did is when I was a child, right? Did I freeze up?
You're still there.
Oh, okay. But one of the things we used to do in my neighborhood as a child, we'd take shotgun shells, empty out all the shot, and go in these basements under these tenements that we lived in, and shoot each other with them, playing war. So you're only getting shot with the wadding.
Yeah, that's
Right.
probably smart a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah. A, not smart, and B, it hurt a hell of a lot.
Kids, do not try this at home.
Yes. That's back in the bad old days of the 70s. So
This coming from a guy who likes to walk up on tannerite and fucking shoot the shit out of it. So
yeah, well,
just remember.
Rock
Yeah.
salt. That was fun
No.
time.
Oh,
That's horrible.
yeah. Try soaking in a bathtub, getting it to fucking come out your ass. That shit ain't no.
Oh, I have. Whenever I was about 15, we decided to go to the principal's house and TP it, and he came out the door just as we finished, and well, my fat ass didn't get over that goddamn fence quick enough, and he got me right in the ass. It was hard to sit down the next day in class trying not to show that I got shot.
Right. Well, then soaking in the tub for 4 hours just while the salt dissolves is no fun either.
Mm-mm.
But very little scarring.
Yeah. And your dad laughing at you. That's totally
Well,
embarrassing.
My mom, but yeah, and my grandmother. My grandmother thought that was the funniest shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My dad thought that was hilarious.
It's just like how kids could be innovative. Before they had regular skateboards, they'd take a pair of roller skates and cut it in half and then nail it onto a 2x4 and ride that down the hill.
There's your skate. That's the first skateboards.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
You
fairly
talk
dangerous.
about the luge, the whole luging thing, street luging. That came from somebody laying down on their skateboard, for crying out loud,
Yeah.
Those early skateboards are pretty dangerous because in the early 60s, a lot of kids would face plant and break their teeth out and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Used to do that. See, we used to go bike riding all day, and we
What,
drive
without
miles.
helmets or knee pads, or the cops following behind you because you're out in public?
Nope. No pads. No helmet.
What? You don't have your hall pass?
Yeah, and yet you're still around? What?
Mm-hmm.
Helmet and seatbelt law.
How did we
Get into a topic
survive?
in that one.
And bumper skiing was kind of fun too. In the wintertime, you just go and grab hold of somebody's car and go for a slide as they drive down through the snow.
That's what they did in Back to the Future, right?
Oh. Things we used to do compared to now.
Well, we got to be more safe.
We got to be pussified.
Everybody's got to feel like they're a winner.
Wiener.
Winter chicken dinner.
Yeah, by the way, where's my chicken dinner, Reb?
Put some hot sauce on it.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
I'm sure he'll get right on that.
Yeah, remember when he was giving out his
Don't worry,
mags?
he's got it in the can, and he just has to process it.
Right, Reb's gonna drop videos like one of those police ones I'm signed up to, fucking 10 videos at a time. I deleted them.
Yeah, that's irritating. People do that.
It is.
I love it.
No, when I see in my feed, there's 10. The first 10 videos or whatever, a line of 10 videos is from just you. I'm done with you. Either
I
put
don't
them all
think
in one, space them out, whatever. But don't give me 10, 30-second videos because you don't know how to fucking turn that feature off while you're editing in YouTube.
Yeah.
There's
I don't
another
do
weird
that
thing
very
about
often, do I?
No, but and most people who've been on YouTube for a while don't do it at all. They don't do their editing on YouTube. So,
Yeah.
but you used to see that a lot back in the day. People they download 10 videos, 15 videos, and they all show up in your feed, and then 3, 4, 5 hours later, you find a whole video with those 10 ones in that they just built. So it's like, look, unlist them, private them until you're done editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never edited a video on YouTube. I think I tried it once, and it was so freaking lame that like, forget this. I could do better than Movie Maker.
Wow, this is a site you're not going to see much. Somebody cleaning an AK on YouTube.
No, I'm not
Oh.
technically cleaning it, but I am running a brush through it because I wanted to see how it worked.
Oh, okay. Well, I see you
never
whipping
had
out, you know.
I didn't have a cleaning kit for this one, remember?
Right, but and there you go. You just cleaned the gun when you just made sure the barrel was unobstructed. It's done.
That's right.
Gun's clean.
Pretty much. Now that I got all that rust off of it a long time ago, yeah.
It didn't even need to do. It is an AK. It'll still shoot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it would have outlasted me if I hadn't touched the rust, you know. But I want my shit to last another 120 years or whatever.
No, you're just like me. You just ADD when it comes to that shit. OCD, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
I do like a clean gun, and I enjoy the process of it. So.
Well,
He likes to
clean
huff
doesn't.
the solvents.
Yeah, everybody loves to smell solvents, but cleaning doesn't. It isn't the cleanliness. It's rust. Rust bugs me.
Yeah.
Rust is metal deteriorating.
These cleaning kits, man. I know I don't really have to do much to them since I'm selling them and all that shit, but the ones that I couldn't get apart, I had to, force them apart. And those, I'm taking a little bit of the rust off of, but even that bugs me, man. If I had it my way, those things would be rust free, but I don't want to put that much time and effort into something I'm selling for only a couple bucks, you know?
Right. Well, on top of it, again, AK, anything Kalashnikov. You know what? When I bought the Pat pistol, they gave me one brand new magazine and one so filled with Cosmoline, I thought it was, gonna have bees in it.
You wish.
Right. Well, because as you know, Eastern Europeans use beeswax as part of their Cosmoline. Anyway, cleaning the fucker out. It's never gonna, that magazine's gonna last forever. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even buried in that beeswax Cosmoline, it would last forever if I hadn't touched it. But I'm one of those. I'm OCD with mags, so.
Yeah, there was a lot of Cosmoline in that Bakelite mag, man. It took a while to get all that shit out.
Well, that's the nice thing about the steel is it's just you boil. I boiled a little water with a little Dawn dish soap in it. Stripped her down, threw it all in the boiling water, let it boil for half an hour. All done. Wiped it out. Oiled, used red grease, light coating of grease on it, and she's done.
All right.
Stick a fork in it, man.
Speaking of sticking a fork in it, Kansas, it's like an hour and 31 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a fascinating chat we had here today, fellas.
Right?
Hey, it worked. Yeah, and I got the questions I wanted answered. So.
Yeah, there is no answer. Well,
Yeah,
actually, there's one answer, but nobody likes it.
Nobody likes that answer. And it happens to be Stinger's favorite answer.
No. You look like I'm some gun-crazed nut. Oh, wait. No.
The guy with the big poster behind him of a gun.
Right? I get so many comments on my vaping channel about that. Oh my God, that's so horrifying that you would have a horrible poster like that making fun of the racism or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, I get at least one a week.
The vaping is kind of hip, so that's usually not the crowd that.
Which is fun because I like that. It's hilarious as I see them coming in, and I can then start questioning them on their own beliefs, and it's funny when they're like, "Oh, I don't have an answer for that." Yeah, I didn't think so.
Wow. You know what? You should start doing instead of doing your hot sauce videos on your regular channel, you should do them on the vape channel.
Right.
Or post on both. I can't tell you how many fucking channels I know post one video on 3 channels.
Yeah, I'm not usually like that though, man. If you like my shit and you want to watch it, great. If not, fuck yourself and go watch something else.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you can get it to the hipsters and they get to keep seeing the guns in the background, right? That poster that they hate. And then one day you're gonna bring, you're gonna be, wow, so hot I could blow smoke up the barrel of my guns and go
Yeah.
whoosh and freak out another few thousand fucking hipsters.
Right.
Talk about vaping, vape smoke, hot sauce, and hot barrels or some shit. You know what I mean?
Hot women, hot barrels, and hot vapes.
Right, there you go.
Stinger's new channel now.
You like it spicy. Ooh, that's a good name for a channel. I should probably go set that up before somebody steals it.
Hot and spicy, done.
Right.
How much is it worth to you?
I don't know, maybe a video?
Oh, remember when when addresses on the web were like nothing? They didn't
Yeah.
cost like shit, and people were fucking putting, and you're like, why are you? Okay, it's $1, so why are you spending that $1 to buy up all these names? Never thinking
Right.
that, at one time or another, Disney didn't have their own name.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody else owned Disney Co. or Walt Disney or whatever as a World Wide Web address, right? And Disney had to pay them a lot of money to get that web
I
address.
don't know. Some companies, though, lately, I don't know about Disney, but I know a lot of companies lately, when that happens, they don't end up paying these people. They sue them and get it for fucking free.
Right, now. But back in the day, the companies weren't suing. Back in the day, before the companies figured out they can turn somebody bankrupt, right, with threats of fucking, suing them in civil court,
Yeah.
right? When the World Wide Web first came out, they were paying. They were like, oh, no, you know what? We'll give you money for it. Yeah. It's your property, blah, blah, blah. But not anymore.
No.
Everything belongs to the corporation.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching something just the other night, right, about these SWAT cops up in New York. No, Massachusetts SWAT cops, that they're now a corporation, so they don't have to deal with the Governmental Freedom of Information Act.
Yep.
Right? So that means when the ACLU is going up against these militarized police asking for information about the raids they do, and they're saying, no, we don't have to comply with this because we're an individual corporation. We're a law enforcement corporation. We're not, even though we get paid by the public, we're not a public company. It's not. They're not owned by the public. They're owned by the Sheriff's Association that formed it, right, to work within these counties in Massachusetts. So now they're just another Blackwater that does the SWAT shit for the cops in Massachusetts. So you wonder why they were pointing firearms at everybody when they did their exercise after the Boston bombing, because they're paid corporate shills automatically, right? And the person I was listening to, I think it might have even been Young Turks, but I don't think so. But they were pointing out the fact, oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't Young Turks. It was somebody, I think it was PJ Media, right? And they pointed out the fact that now, being they're a corporation, they can donate to political, because their corporations are people. So now they have the free speech rights of corporations. So now the cops can decide who's going to be their boss, right, and thereby control their boss at the same time, because through the corporation that the boss has to that the mayor has to hire to do SWAT shit in their town, right, they're controlling who's becoming mayor. So there you go with the corporate America. Tell me corporations aren't running America. Well, now they literally can. They can be the cops and get paid by the public through the public service industry, whatever, through fucking your government, right? But then they're the ones who are going to decide who gets elected to be government, because they're the ones who are going to donate money to this particular campaign, and now the mayor's going to owe the SWAT cops. So guess what's going to get used more and more? Because they owe them, and the only way they make money is to go out on, guess what, raids, and to be used. They don't get paid just to sit, because now they're a corporation, so they're not going to get paid just to sit in their ready room.
True. And then they'll go take over situations and It's going to get rough.
So, why am I not celebrating the 4th of July for the 5 people that are still watching? That's why I'm not celebrating the 4th of July.
Just to remind you, the 4th of July is not the proper name of the holiday. It's supposed to be Independence Day.
Right. Well, I'm not
Yeah, but we're not
celebrating
independent.
Independence. Yeah. So we are not independent. So how can we celebrate Independence Day?
True enough.
Semi-independent.
You guys.
No, where's the semi-independence? Can anybody please explain it to me that where the cops can't come fuck with you in a moment's notice for whatever goddamn reason they want?
Well, you at least can sit on here and bitch about it.
Only because they're letting us.
Mhm.
Only
You know,
because
they
they
make
have
us-
to flip the switch because they figured out that this kind of release valve is better than us hitting the streets.
Therapeutic.
To say even though we're not really independent, they just keep telling us we are, so that if you end up believing what you get told something enough that you eventually believe it.
Well, and that's where why am I so different? Why are we so different in the internet? Why are there people out there that are so different that are awake and can see through the bullshit?
Do we smoke too much pot, and is that why pot's illegal?
Maybe. It's funny. There was a short story Stephen King did a couple of years ago. Not that I'm a big King fan anymore, but he did it in one of his short story books and novellas or whatever, where everybody smokes, right? Well, once people started quitting smoking, they got to about a halfway point, and they were able to see that there were aliens that had invaded Earth, right?
Mhm.
And were like pod people or whatever. They looked like they were human, but they weren't, and you could tell when you smoke just the right amount of cigarettes, right? But everybody's either quitting or smoking too much, so they never found the happy medium. Just an interesting book because it makes me think sometimes that's the way you have to weed out the liberals and the people who don't think, the sheep, the same way, that they're like fucking aliens, not illegal aliens, but literally fucking aliens. They're just a different species, but we can't figure out what the difference is yet.
Yeah, you can call that zombies too. It's the
We've
same
been taken
fucking
over
thing.
by aliens, dressed up as human bodies.
Yeah. I like to think of them as zombies.
Yeah, that works for me too because that way shooting a zombie target doesn't bother you as much. The desensitizing.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Well, can't wait to go shooting. I should be shooting sometime this weekend, I hope,
That'd
Sweet.
be awesome.
when Marshall gets back. He's got to.
Honeymoon, huh?
Yeah, he's off on his honeymoon.
Good.
Oh.
My honeymoon was work.
You gonna take the new daughter-in-law out too?
Yeah. Well, she shoots, so her dad wants me to come out and shoot coyotes.
Cool.
Awesome.
Those are actually, and you can actually pull that off, Byron, even in your chair, because you just bait them and sit around and wait.
That's
shit.
right.
I know plenty of people who shoot coyotes straight, from sitting at a campfire because coyotes like to come in close.
Mm-hmm.
They just think they're fucking sneaky.
Yeah, you have to ignore them till they get close enough.
Yeah.
You got a nice rifle for it too, man. That'd be awesome. I hope if you're able to do it, man. I want to see footage of that. That'd be very cool.
-1. Ching!
We had a coyote. Sorry, go ahead.
So
okay. Huh?
we bought our house here. People lived here before were bow hunters, and they had a stuffed coyote sitting down by the fireplace. And the realtor kind of thought that some people would be offended when they were viewing a house, like, "Oh my God, how could they have that stuffed dog sitting there by the fireplace?" Yeah, didn't bother me at all. But
Well, I'm gonna start at the other end with Russell. Do you got anything you want to shout out before I get off air?
Oh, sure thing, brother. I got to shout out my number one brother on here, and that is Mr. Rebel Solutions. He does some awesome work. Go check him out and tell him Stinger sent you.
Okay, next one is on mine at least is Mr. QC Ham.
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of anybody right at the moment to shout out. Just want everybody to enjoy their weekend and remember it's not about grilling and barbecuing. It's about our rights and liberties and how we got to where we were supposed to be anyway.
Mr. Mule, you got anything you want to shout out?
Well, being the contractually obligation was already taken care of by somebody,
All right.
so I guess I'll shout out the poison. I'll shout out the Riddle Girl for that killer ghost pepper jerky she gave me. I didn't do an unboxing, and I so apologize. But now this is live and on tape, okay? And I want to thank you for it. It tasted good, even with the fire. But coming out, you're an evil woman. That's all I have to say. So, and unless you want, if you really, really, really need an unboxing video or a video on it, I'm going to do it next time I'm singing soprano. I'll make sure it's a headshot.
Might want to clarify on the big.
Yeah. Face shot.
Face shot. Huh?
Well, let me rephrase that too. I'll make sure I'm focused the camera on my face.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Yeah, sweating and singing soprano in the bathroom. Not fun.
If you're gonna do any singing, the bathroom's a good place for it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice
Yeah,
present.
my voice, a garbage can isn't even a good place for it. So.
Okay, Rebel, you got anything to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out Riddle Girl, my favorite significant other, for putting up with Stinger and doing all his cool videos and production
Awesome.
and making the beef jerky that is the hottest beef jerky I've ever tasted in my life. That was hard to get used to, but once you did, you wanted more. And I do have an unboxing, but this is much better. This is much better. So, Riddle Girl, to you, the jerky was awesome. I enjoyed it. I didn't share it with anyone. That's how much I enjoyed it.
I feel left out. I want you to send me a stick of it to try out.
Yeah, really.
It's not for the faint of heart. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta like the spicy stuff, because as Mule says, if you don't, it's not very enjoyable. But it tastes good. I liked it.
Yeah, there's some room for an improvement. As far as the hot level goes, I liked it. It was burning hot. Right?
Yeah, and I'm on the other camp. I mean, the taste was, the flavor, it had good flavor, but the heat was just too much for me. I'm not a hot food guy.
I'm not fond of the acidity, vinegary, acidy flavor of jerky. I like more of the hot, sweet jerky.
Yeah,
kind of like my women. I like them hot and sweet.
It was her idea to make a honey sweet and hot, but I was like, nah, I don't think honey would go good, so you can blame me on that one.
Yeah, see? Well, I'm going to blame you regardless.
Right? Give her credit and blame me. Yeah, that's about right.
No, well, truly, first of all, I wouldn't, I wouldn't trust most people to send me something that I would actually ingest and eat. So that's number one. Number two, really appreciate getting jerky and stuff like that from Sonoran Desert Prepper, who actually did it himself, didn't have his wife do it. And then Riddle Girl, of course,
Wow.
Really love it.
And I want, and I'm going to have to add a little caveat. Thanks, Stinger, for at least coming up with the idea and offering it to us clowns who are fucking with you nonstop.
I admit I deserve a little bit of it, though. So.
But,
I'll take my
you did come up with the idea. You did offer it to us. So thank you. And I do appreciate it. But I'll try the sweet stuff. But, make it a little less hot for me and mine. because we're a bunch of fucking white people who, you know.
Yeah, why don't you just stick to the store bought, and keep the real shit, to us connoisseurs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kiss my ass, connoisseur. I love the elk jerky too.
I ain't kissing your ass.
Sorry,
You're
Desert Prepper.
Hey, and if you're listening, Sonoran Desert Prepper, anytime some elk sticks get,
Wait a
pass
minute,
my
didn't
way.
you do an unboxing for Sonoran Desert and put that shit up on YouTube and show all the stuff?
Yes.
Wow.
I
So-
Yeah.
I plead the fifth.
Wow.
It don't work in this case.
Well, I told you why I didn't do an unboxing, because it came as I was on the run. You caught me in a bad week, and I was on the run. And then I had the runs after eating the goddamn.
So you're just in a continual run motion.
Oh shit.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say bye. Make sure you come back here next week. Next Wednesday, 2 o'clock p.m.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
enjoy
one
the
more
story.
thing.
GC hour. Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. And
one more thing, I put a link for the after chat. So
and I am going to say I am going to shout out Mule because he is the man that runs this here Green Dragon, and he is the man.
I don't know if you've noticed, he ain't running shit. He didn't even
Right.
show up last night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he needs a break once in a while.
He gets about as much credit as fucking Stinger gets for the jerky. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
there wasn't a dragon last night. So if I ain't here, who does it? It wasn't fucking you.
No.
Right? How many do
I would say Stinger is the head bartender at this point, if I'm keeping tally.
Which is fucked up, man. I was enjoying my little side business in the Dragon before the politically correct chat.
Yeah.
Hey, the politically correct chat made you, Sting.
And the
Yeah.
politically
Yeah,
correct
it
chat
made
scared
you.
the fuck out of everybody else. You're the only one that balled up enough, fucking Sting. Fuck that.
Nobody
Everybody
knew
else was
who
ready
you
to
were.
bail.
Right.
Yeah,
I kind of
nobody
enjoyed
knew
that.
who he was. 6,000 fucking subs, whatever.
Right?
And the Dragon made him. But thank you, Stinger, for doing it. And you're right. Between you and Tony, you're the head bartender, and he's number 2. He's your little buddy.
He's
You're killing
the
it. Because I run more than anybody, but I do own a joint. But you guys run it more than anybody but me.
He's like the millionaire.
Between the two of you.
I just ain't got anything better to do half the time. That's the problem.
Well, and Tony got himself banned on YouTube for a while, so he had no choice but to use the Dragon. Because otherwise, it's hit and miss. He might be on a Dragon one night and then on his own when it's supposed to be a Dragon, but we won't go there.
I'm
Okay.
like a professor. I have my own little profession. I care. Well, see y'all later, and this is the end. Have fun, guys.
Yeah.